We're live now. We're recording. Class is started. Now, this is Josiah. This is day 10 of our information IT foundation and AWS cloud training, codename iFACT. Before we start, I would like to thank, I don't know if that's me or somebody else. Does somebody, okay, I don't know if it's me or somebody else. All right, before we start that, I'd like to welcome you guys to the class. I thank you guys for being here. And last time we had a lot of difficulties, and today we're going to make it work. And I've made the necessary changes that we needed here. And I'd like to thank Lockdown LLC for supporting us. And each one is the implementation partner for the program, IT Foundation, and AWS Cloud Training. It's codenamed iFACT. So today I wanted to bring to you guys' attention a couple of tools which I think is very important. It will help you along the way. And I hope everybody has been able to configure their AWS CLI command line interface and have been able to do the same thing for CMD on Windows prompt, or what they call DOS. And you have also been able to do it for AWS Tools for PowerShell. And you have also been able to download and install AWS tool and SDK for .NET. So now I have already installed this tool here on my computer. Okay, so I will go back to the tool and show you guys what it looks like. This is the tool here. Okay, this is what it looks like. I've already installed it. I can actually, maybe I should just cut it and I can put it on Riot for whoever wants it. When you do download it, you have to treat it the same way you treated the AWS CLI by configuring it. If you configure it, then you can use it. If you don't configure it, then it wouldn't make any sense that you got them, because you wouldn't know where to interact, how to interact with whatever you want to send it to. So that's why the configuration is very, very important with some of these tools. The configuration allows you to put your credentials on that request that you're making. See, that's how it works. So I think the file is too huge. So what I will do, I will put it on, I'll put this on the Google, I guess, Google Drive. Yeah, I'll put it on Google Drive there. And anybody that wants it can get it from there. Okay, that's what I would do. Or you can also get it from this link here. I specify some of the links to get it from. As you guys can see, there's a bunch of these tools on this side here. There's PowerShell bundle, and there's all those PowerShell bundles are right here. It's on a zip file. AWS tool for PowerShell. This one is here, and this one, that one. Nope. That one is a little hard to find. It took me a little while to find it. So what I will do is I'll just put it here for you guys, and then I'll share it with you guys. So that's what I will do. I'm gonna open up Cloud Movement. I'm gonna share it here. Just create a folder here that says downloads. Get MSI down MSI downloads. Okay. So I'll just go there and I'll open it up and I'll upload a file, which is that file there. I think it was, I found it here. Yeah. So type on AWS, it should show up. So this is it here. So it's here, so I will share it with you guys once it's done. Share people. Whoever that has access to this cloud movement, this session here, should be able to do it. So I'm gonna start sharing my screen at this time. Alrighty. Alright, so this is where I decided to put this thing on here. Whoever has access to here, can you guys see the screen? Sure, you can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
So whoever have access here should be able to access it once it's completely downloaded. Now today, what I set out to do is to go through the networking, and we did a little bit of it the last time. I think we did a couple of things, and I would like for us to do quite a few things again today. We did class 4 IP addresses, and we understood the class A, we understood class B, we understood class C, 192 to 240, 224 in it, 223 actually. Then we understood class D and E. E is reserved from what we learned. These are special IPs, and I told you guys that when you have problems with networking in Microsoft, you usually have this 169 IP address popping up. Okay, so these are in this range of like 8 networks. This is about 8 networks. The first one is about 16 networks here. Actually, one network about 16 nodes. This one is the same thing here, about 16 nodes. And the very first one, which is like from anywhere in the world in IPv to about another 8 nodes. So that's how that one is resolved. And then, so you have the host IDs, which are used to identify a host within a network. From here, you guys have seen what the host ID looks like. Host ID are here. They are used to identify a particular node within a network. And the net ID is here. Okay, the network ID is here. This one. Usually, when you see the network ID, the rest over here like zeros, like 10.0.0.0. You see, for class A, and then something else again, .0.0 for B, something else again, .0 for D, and so on and so forth. So for the first one, the class A, you always know how it's gonna be, that the first update is gonna have 1 in it, which I have shown you guys many times, and we can also revisit it again. Like for class A, for class A, everything is 0, and then for class B, the first update is gonna have a 1. A bit is gonna be higher in there, meaning that it has some kind of number which starts from 128. But for this one, it has some kind of number which starts from 0. So when you're looking at this 10, you're looking at it as 8 bits. This one 8 bits. This one 8 bits. This one 8 bits. Okay, that's how you look at it. Because only by arranging them in 8 bits can they make a number, like a decimal number or hex number. Okay, when you have just 0 in a binary system, you have to have a bunch of 1s to match some things, some numbers to make that particular number. So class C, you have to have the 2 octets has to be high. Anywhere in the 2 octets have to be high, somehow like that. But more importantly, the first ones has to be high. The first one has to be high. That's why you have this 1 here and this 1 here. Okay, so that means you have this one here, you have this one here, and the rest are what? 0. Now in this one in class D, you have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. The rest are 0. It's telling you that you have some number where those ones are, and this one is 0. So 110 is telling 1110 is telling you that the 0 area could be only like 256 nodes or computers that you could have there. Although it's from 0 to 255 or 1 to 256, 2 are always reserved, 2 raised to power maybe p minus 2. That's the number of hosts that you should have. Everybody should remember that. Then the class E is already full. As you can see, it's 1111111. Look at the subnet. Everything is full. See? So you have from 240 and the subnet, everything is full. So this address is between 240 and 255. So when you look at it, it looks very funny. You see? So any address that begins with 4 ones is included in this class. See? Any address that you see all the 4 octets are occupied, they have something in it. You see, normally we see addresses like 192.16.0.1, 192.32.0.1. You see, there's a 0 there, telling you that actually this is probably class B, because it has 192.32.0.1. 1 is the first host in that network. So that network is 192.32.0.0. That's that network. That's a class B. Remember, class B is 1 1. Class B is 1 1. So you have the 16 class C, sorry, is 1 1, sorry. So the rest of them is 0 and 0. So class B will be not only the first octet, which is 1 0. Class B is the first octet, which is 1 0. So for instance, you have 128.0.0.0.0, 128.0.0.0. You see, that's the network right there. And it will go from that 128 to 191. And as you can see, the rest of them are like 255, 255, 255. That means they are full. You see, it has a range from 128 to 191. Okay, then you have the class C, which is going to have the 2 octets that's highest, and the first bit in the octet has to be occupied. Always remember that. That's why you have that 1 1 here in class C. See? Class C. All right.
Can I ask you a question as far as the classes? Now, is class A private?
Class A?
And then, yes.
Yeah,
is that reserved?
They are private.
Okay, so when you're saying 000 to 127, I don't quite understand class B. Like when you're saying, okay, for class A it starts with 0, and then you're going down to class B, and you're having a 1 0. Can you? I know class B and C are usually, I see a lot.
B and C are the ones we always see. Yes, like 10 dot.
Yeah.
Like B and C, we always see exactly. That's the one that people use. Okay.
Right.
These are not public, right? I hope you know that. So from like these, okay, for instance, my IP, let's do IP config so you guys can see my IP. Maybe you guys can tell me what it is. CND. Anyway, doesn't matter who's looking, it changes every day.
Yeah, okay. I think what confuses me is the subnet with the network address.
You haven't got to the subnet yet,
Subnet.
sign
Okay.
up. We're just doing basic thing. Okay,
Just the
my
network.
IP
Okay.
here is it's not even 192. I think it's 10 dot something. Let me find that. Oh, okay, I just found it.
Does it also depends on your ISP?
Beg your pardon?
I said, with your IP address, does it depend on your internet service provider?
It depends on how the internet service provider are setting up for the scope of the network that they have built. It depends on the scope of network that they have built. Like this is the one that we always know about. This is class. What class is this one? Can somebody tell me?
That's class
C.
Class C.
That's right. That's a class C IP address. Because we have
192.
192, right?
Yeah, 192. That's class C IP address. So as you can see here now, you have 192.168.2.0. That's the network. .2.0 is the network. You see how it goes? Now, since .2.0 is network, now you are thinking to yourself, what is the number of computers that I can add to this network? That's where the CIDR comes in. You see? That's where you have the CIDR notation, the subnet. That's where it comes in. So you say, what is the what is the number of computers that I can add here? When you look at it carefully, you will notice that if you have a 0 there, that means you can take 2 raised to power 8. That's up to 256. And then 256 minus 2, so you have about 254 IP addresses that can come out of that. That's just about it. You see?
What are you saying 0? Because it says 192.168.2.8.
Exactly. So this IP address, the network is this one. Just give me a minute. Let me make it bolder. So it's 192.168.2.0. This is the network, and this is in line with Class C, right? This is in
Yes.
line with Class C, which we've learned here. It's right here. Let me bring it up for you guys to see it again. Which we've already learned it is here. This is Class C.
Yeah.
It's in line with what we've learned here. We have here, and all that. Okay.
Okay, 192 to 2. I think I understand now.
So you get it now. Okay.
I'm starting to. That's the only thing. It's always given me some issues with network and IP addresses, subnet. That
Yeah.
takes me
And you
to
have the
class.
10 dots. Once you see that 10, nobody have to tell you. You already know, right? It's class what?
Yeah. Class
What's
A.
class A?
A.
Exactly. You know already. 10 dots. It's already been determined. So this one is from, it goes all the way to 127, I believe, from 0 to 127. Then 128 class A, B is 128 to 191. Then 192, once you see 192 is class C. Okay? Now this is the network, and then we will learn about how to deal with this. How to, get populating it 2, 3, 4. Then it becomes IP address for all these computers that are coming in. So the most important thing now is for class C. Class A is 0, B is 0, 1. So I mean 1, 0. So when you see this, you look at it as this is another 8 bits, another 8 bits. Then the 0, 0 that's left is another 8 bit, another 8 bits. That's how you're gonna look at it. Okay. Then class C now will be the one with 1, 1, 0, and then the other one is 1, 1, 1, 0. Then class E is full, is reserved. I don't know what they do with it, but it's reserved. So that's the things that I wanted you guys to understand. You don't have to be an expert in it, but you have to know it so that when you see an IP address, you kind of like have an idea of, okay, what is that? What class of IP is that? What is the range of it? You look at the first octet, it tells you 192, that's class C. 10, it tells you it's B. I mean, it's A, what am I saying? Then you look at the 172. Usually 172 is, what is that one? Is it not another C again? Oh, 192 starts with C. That's a B. But whenever I see 172, they are usually public from my experience, from what I have seen so far. Maybe we can check that to make sure. 172 public. Public. Okay, they're private. Mhm. Okay. there's a mixed information here. I don't know if you guys are reading this. It's saying that only a portion of 172 and 192 address ranges are designated for private use. The remaining addresses are considered public. So we consider it as public then. But sometimes I see it's private IPs, but I see in AWS Cloud from time to time. Anyway, that's that. Let's move forward here. So the IP addressing, I think it makes sense to you guys. So let's go and do some other basic things in computer. So in basic computer networking, a system which is connected to the network is ready for communication, and that which is not connected to the network can't be communicated with. Now, for computer network and interconnect, somebody is not on mute. An interconnection of multiple devices, also known as hosts, that are connected using multiple paths for the purpose of sending and receiving data or media. That's pretty much computer network. Computer network can also include multiple devices, mediums, which help in the communication between two different devices. These are known as networks. So we're looking at the networks here. What makes up a network? You have the routers. You see the arrow in the router is showing that it's going out and coming in at the same time. You have the hubs. Hubs are not controlled. At the very beginning of computing, hubs are not controlled. They don't have the smartness or intelligence. That's why you can easily flood a hub and render the network useless through for DDoS, denial of service attack, or distributed denial of service attack, where you give it too much information. So by the time it responds to one, you send another one. By the time you respond to one, you send another one. So the whole network will now crash or hang. Nothing is moving, and the data will be corrupt and dirty. So in order to solve the problem, you call your service provider and they do the scrubbing, meaning that they have to disconnect you guys from whatever switch you guys on and route all the incoming to somewhere else where they will be wasted. Once they are wasted, then you can start fresh communication. It's like you running a tap water and the water is dirty. Once the water is dirty, what do? You unplug your pipeline and wait for the water to run off, the dirty water to run off. Once it runs off and it's clean again, you plug your pipeline back in to get the clean water. So you have the wireless router is the same as the regular router, only that it's wireless. You have that little ear right there. And then you have the switches. The switches are like hub, but they are advanced, they are smart. So each node in a switch, you are not competing for resource. You are just, not competing to any kind of resource. So sometimes they call around a collision domain and so on and so forth. So you have a wireless bridge. Wireless bridge usually is when you have a wired connection and you just have a wireless system in one router. So sometimes people, you have that bridge so that the service coming from the wire will now be broadcasted through the Wi-Fi. So we are looking at some network topology, simple ones. These are star, mesh, hybrid. These are the connections that people have. Point to point between two computers, and ring. These are really old technology, and tree. These are all old technology. But today, a lot of us, we use mesh. Most of the network that you see today are mesh. Even the internet, they are all interconnected. So if we take one down, there's always a route for the network to go through. I'm afraid we've already done this. Okay, we talked about the class 4 addressing, class A, B, C, D, and E. And each of these classes has a valid range of IP address. We've addressed this. And then in IPv4 addressing, they are divided into two parts. And you have the network ID, which are really high. They are always populated. And you have the host ID, which are really, there's nothing in them, which means you have to add nodes to them based on the silent notation. So somebody can give you an IP address and then they give you the size or scope of the network they want you to do. So they might say /24, they might say /32, which is the highest you can get, and they might say /16/8/2/4 or whatever. So the smaller the number, then you know right away the bigger the network is gonna be for the silent notation. So the bigger the number in the silent notation, then you know, oh shoot, it can't take that much numbers. So let's show you what I mean by that. Silent notation. This will calculate it for you, so that's why I don't worry too much about teaching it, because you have something that will calculate it for you. So why give yourself headache in going to learn how to? But it's good to know how it works. Like for instance here, like what we're learning. Okay, it's good to know. You see here, like 32, like I said, one host. So the more the silent notation is bigger, the less hosts you're gonna have. Like if you keep going down, the smaller the silent notation, the bigger the host, especially when it's 2 or 4. Oh man, that means you're gonna have a lot of hosts. Okay, so if you look at it, you will see that it's not a trick, it's just the arrangement that they had. Okay, small to last IP address. This delta means small to last IP address. So that's that. That's not actually what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you the calculation part of it. Sanitation explained. Just how to calculate the number of hosts that should be in a network. That's important. You guys will be faced with that situation. You could be asked to set up a network, and you are wondering. They're telling you we have 16 computers, and they are giving you a network, and you say, okay, we have 16 computers. Is this IP address? Is this IP network address? Is it gonna be good enough to hold these computers? That's the thing that I can't see where to calculate this here. I wanted to show you an example. Okay, this is good. NetMask tool. All right, this is the same one we had before. So let's do 192.162.0.0. Let's go. You see what it's giving us? So you're gonna have starting IP 162.0, which is actually for the network, and then you have the ending IP, which is gonna be 192.163.255.255. That's gonna be a broadcast. So you see, you have about 131,000 IP addresses. Now the thing is, if you look at this, you're gonna see that it's /16. And how do I know it's /16? Did you guys see this? Did you guys see that?
That's
Exactly.
class 15, isn't it? Or 16 is below, right?
/16 means /16 means 16 below. All the numbers that's from 1 to 15 will be in it. Okay.
Right.
So now class B. If you look carefully to justify what we are saying, look at it here. See, all these are 1, all these are 0. That's what it meant when they are telling you class A is 0, 0, class B is 1, 0. This is what they're telling you. Okay. So now if you look carefully for /6, no, actually this is 15. Sorry, because 1 is missing here. You are correct, Janelle.
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
Okay,
1 was missing
good.
here. I didn't see it. I moved too fast.
Okay.
I didn't see it. 1 was missing here, so it's 15. It's 15. So this one is 16 here. See, this one is 16.
Right.
Okay, this one is 16 right here. 65. And in order to catch that one that's 16, always look at this. The number of addresses will tell you 65. It will tell you, oh, that's /16. Usually that's the case for /16. Now the number could be different, but that size, the node is not gonna lie. The node size is not gonna lie. So looking at this, oh, I'm glad he gave us this so I can prove that one point that I wanted to prove to you guys. You see 32, only one address. You see 31, 2 addresses. You see /30, 4 addresses. 29, 8 addresses. So that tells us that the bigger the CIDR, the smaller the network size. So the smaller the CIDR, the bigger network size. So if you keep going all the way, descending to 10, 8, and all of that, you'll see that you're gonna start losing the zeros. Like if you take this one off, you know this is 1, this is 2. If you take this one off, you go into 13, I believe. If this one goes off, you go to 13. If you take this one off, you go to the next one, the next one, the next one. So that's how it goes. Because if you look here, it's 16, right? And you add 1 here, what you get? 17, right? You add 2 here, what you get? 18. So the same thing here. If you remove this next one here, you go to 14. And you can count it 16, 8 plus 6 is 14. And then you go to the next one, 13, 12, 11. So the lesser the CIDR, the more the network get bigger and bigger and bigger. So like say we specifically do CIDR 16 here. Okay, 16, it give us class B for sure. We know that. Right, guys? So you have that network. The starting IP is the network IP. This is the ending IP. So the number of hosts, the host will start from what? The first host will start from what? 192.162.0.1. That's the first IP address. Then always remember the 127. 127 is look back, and 255 is what? Broadcast. We don't use 255 because it's broadcast. And 127 is always for the local host. All right? And where is that found? Class A. That's where class A ends. Right?
Right. That makes sense. So you're starting with the IP address. So if you break it down, you're saying /16, you're starting at 192.162.0.1.
Yes.
Up to, and then you have up to 65,536 hosts that you can add when you're, breaking down the network. Okay.
Exactly. So because to fill the whole thing, you have to fill this whole thing.
Right.
But you have to do it the right way. You have to fill this one. If this one fills up, you put 1 here and keep going again. If this one fills up, you put 1 here. Meaning if this one get to 255, 1 goes over here. You start all over again. If this side goes to 255, 1 goes over here. Then you start all over again. It's just the mathematical aspect of it. Know that the maximum this one can take is 255. 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 That is the subnet. Okay? But when they give you this number like this, and they give you the zeros like this, 192 already telling you what it is. That /16 is the scoping, is the CIDR. They're telling you this is the size you can make it. You see where I'm coming from?
Right, but you can't use the first address and the last because it's your network and your broadcast, right?
You can't use the first one and the last because it's a yes, you got it. That's the -2 we're talking about. 2 raised to power p minus 2.
Right. Okay.
You can't use the first and last. That's the -2 we're talking about. So I think you have a good understanding of it. Assuming we go and we do 14 here, this will open you guys' eyes now to see what I'm talking about. 14 means these 2 are gone, okay? These 2 here are gone. That allows you to add more nodes. And that's 2 raised to power what? Each node is like 2 raised to power 0, 2 raised to power 2. So this is like 2 raised to power 2. You can add more. So 2 raised to the power 2 is 4. So we'll see for ourselves what happens when we do that. Well, it goes from 65 to what? Okay. So it goes from 14. It goes from 65 to 262,144. So there are more IP addresses that could be put in here. See, because of these two that we are put in there. Remember, I told you guys that when the more you go, the smaller the CIDR gets, the more the network size, as far as the number of hosts that you can have. So, for instance, if you go to 8, man, it's gonna be huge. I believe that. Oh my goodness, this changes altogether. See, and now the class of the IP even changed. Although it's starting at 192, the class A and net mask is 255.0.0.0. So that A is telling you that only these ones are on high, which is the first one. So this is how do I say it? This is something a little. It's not straight out of the book, but if you understand the CIDR, it'll help you to understand what just happened. We know that class A is all zeros, right? But we were told that you can go from 0 to what? 127, right?
Yes, yes.
We were told that you can go from
127.
0 to 127. But now I put 192, and I'm asking for /8 out of 192. Maybe my question is wrong the way I structured it. Maybe I should have done something like this. Watch this. I would have done something like 126. Now this is what makes sense, right? This is what makes sense,
Right.
because 192 is not class A, no way. You see? So now when I did 192 and I put that, if you notice, it reduced it to class A. But the problem is the beginning octet is 1. However, that one starts from 192. It couldn't have been a class A. But these ones are correct. Once these are filled up and you have a 1 crossing over, then you have class B. Pay attention here. You see, once before you have class C, something must be filled up. All these gotta be filled up. Let me see if there's any point that is filled up. Then you have your class C after. There you go, right here. Does it make sense? You have to go in the order to get to the next one, right? Remember 110? You remember this?
Yeah, but what makes it a class C at that point?
What makes it a class
126.0.
C is, look over here. These ones are all filled up, and then it has a high one here, which is starting another one. Then it becomes a class C, because it goes. You remember what class C says? It has to go from 190. It has to go from. This is from 126 to 126. Class C has to start from 192, isn't it? Can somebody check that real quick?
Yeah.
192, yeah.
192
Okay. Now, this is what I'm seeing here is the subnet net mask here. Right here, the net mask. If you look at the net mask, is 255.255.128. All right. So that is a class C. right here. That's
Well,
what makes
because
it
all of these are ones, these are all ones, and then you're saying 128, which would be the one here, right? Because you have, all of these are filled, the first,
yeah. For when
the
you look
second
at it
here,
from here,
box set, and then
it's class C.
the 128, okay, dot zero. I think I understand
Yeah.
that.
So 128.0, like for instance, here is class B. Look at it from here, you see? That's class B. Then you look at it, this one from here, this is class B still. Okay? So you keep going and you're looking at it. It's interesting, but side annotation, we have to have enough time to go through it. But right now, we gotta go through some of this here. And the class A again, this first one is network ID, and the other one is like when we did the 192.162, that's the network ID for class C, which is like this one here. So now the host ID would be this. Okay. So now when we did the 192.162.0.1, okay, so the network ID will be from here. You did 192 the 168 the 0 the 0.1. So this is network ID. I mean, sorry. Yeah, that's the network ID and then the host ID. Make sense?
For class C.
For class C, yeah. Then the
Yeah.
multicast is just I never had to use it, but I heard people use it. And then the reserve are those Microsoft ones. And then class B, uh, usually you see those class B numbers like one. What is the favorite class B number that I've used? I don't have any in my mind right now.
You're like 128 point,
I know
I don't know,
128, but I never really used
128,
120.
yeah.
I think I've used maybe 172 at some point. I've used 172.
Mm-hmm.
I've used 172, yeah. 172, maybe the 10, 0, 0, 0, something like that. Okay. This will be, all this here will be, and this one will be the network. When you say the network, you know all this one will be 0 for the network anyway. So this one, all this one will be the network, and all this one will be 0 for the network. But the host ID is starting from here. Whatever that like you see is 10 here. So this ones we make up the host IDs. But you see there's still enough number here as well. Because the maximum each could be is 255. There's still enough that could happen here. Before is 4. It's full. It has to be 255, 255, 255, 255. So in side notation, they're pretty much reminding you the maximum or what is left. Okay? So I mean, how many of you have seen 255, 255, 255.0 and 255, 255, 255, 255? This one is usually the net mask, subnet mask for class C that I know of. For instance, if you look at the one that I showed you guys here, if you look, is class C. This is usually the subnet mask for class C right here. Okay?
Right.
So that's basically telling you, oh yeah, this is how it's supposed to do. They all have to be filled up. And that's it for class C. This is what you're looking at. This is what's missing. This is what you need to have. You see, all these numbers here and here. These are, what if they're all full, they should look like this. So whatever that's not here is, this is what it culminates to. That's basically what it's telling you there. So with that being said, we move along to maybe a little math of it, not really complicated. So the network ID is for class A, right? The network ID is 8 bits long. it showed you is 8-bit long here, which 8 bits is 1 byte. You guys already know that. So the network ID is 8-bit long, which is that particular number there, 8 bits. So the rest of the 3 updates, which are 8 bits each, they will host your network. They will host whatever network nodes that you have. Then the host ID is 24 bits long. See? Now in class A or class B or class C, so the network ID is gonna be 2 raised to power 7 minus 2. Okay, so how did they arrive at it? The higher order bit of the first octet is in class A is always set to 0. Okay, that will be the highest order bit. I think it's gonna be the rightmost bit. I think so. The remaining 7 bits in first octet are used to determine network ID. So the 24 bits of the host ID are used to determine the host in any network. So the default subnet mask for class A is 255 exactly. It's 255 this because these ones here, there's nothing in them, like I said before. So now these are used to determine these 24 bits are used to determine the subnet mask. And then the remaining 7 bits in the first octet are used to determine the network ID. All right. So here you have 2 raised to power 7. The remaining 7 bits, remember, is 10. Okay. Remember is 000. So you have 2 raised to power 7 minus 2, 126 network, 0 to 127. And then you have the first one and the last one that are reserved. Okay. So you have 126. So 0 to 27 is what? 128. But actually 126 is used. Why? Because 0 and 127 are special addresses. That's taken care of. So you go to the next one. Pay attention. You have, remember we said that you have the this one is 2 raised to the power 24 minus 2. And the point is, how did they come about? Okay, for class A, you have the 7-bit that takes care of the network, and you have this 0 here, okay? And then you have the 24 bits, okay? So now for the network, for the actual network number of hosts, you're going to be concentrating on that 24 that's empty. You're going to concentrate on that 24 that's empty, which is shown here. They're empty. So now that 24 that's empty, you have to do 2 raised to power 24 because each of the bits can either be a 0 or 1. Is somebody sending me a message?
I thought Natalie was trying to say something, but no, maybe not.
Oh, because
No?
she can't hear me?
No. I think she can hear you. Hi, Natalie.
Yeah, I just saw the message like real quick. Oh, she can't talk. That's why. She was trying to send a message. Okay, let me see. She can't hear us, I think. Let me see. Oh, I thought he uploaded. Oh, she sent an image. She's doing something. Okay, all right, fine. We'll address that later. So for the network here, we have to concentrate on the IP address belongs to the class A range from 1 SSSS to 126 da 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 da. That's the IP address range for it. So you have this number of hosts, 16,000 of them. You see? So for the network ID, this is how they derived it. 2 raised to the power 7 minus 2. So that's the number of networks that you should have in that range. Okay? So you have this different network. You have 0, this is a network. Okay, you have 1, that's a network. You have 2, that's a network, all the way to 127. That's a network. While in that network, you have all the zeros here that could become a host. So if you raise that 2 to power 24, that will become a host. You have the host ID. So as you can see how the subnet mask and the network ID and the host ID, how they play the role in giving us what we really want, as long as we understand what is going on. For the highmost bit here is the leftmost bit, which is 0. Okay, okay, like as you can see it here. So there's still 7 more in that one. That, like when I told you guys, when you see that 0, it's actually they're splitting it into bits, 8 bits and stuff like that. There's still 7 more. Okay, there's still 7 more. So that is a part of it. So when you go to class, let's see class B here. So you see in class B, this one is taken care of. Now you're dealing with the ID is quite different. You see, it's quite different in this case. So you are doing 2 raised to power 14, which are the 14 bits. Remember, 1 and 0. What is left? 14. This is left. This is occupied. As you can see here, the higher order bits of the first octet of the IP address of the class B are always set to 10. That's why you see that 10. The higher order bits are always set to 10. See? So remember all these things. They're always set to 10. So whatever that's left here becomes 14, 2 raised to power 14. That's the number of network addresses you can have. So with that being said, you see there's a lot of network that could be had here. And then
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
So when you're saying for the class, and I'm sorry, because this has always been my struggle with network. So for the network portion of it, you're going from the left to the right, right? And
Yeah, I'm
then
going
for the
from
host,
left to the right, but they already have an assignment to some of this. They are saying that the leftmost bit for class B is occupied, is high. They are always like this. You can't change it. That's how they made it. You can't change it. So because you can't change it, the network portion of it, because it's class B, it tells us is half the 4 octets. Okay, that's the idea. That's a sort of like an architectural idea. Okay, half of the whole 4 octets. So in that case, the 14 bits now will be where you will have the network IDs, network addresses. Meaning, if you have 128, that means you will have the next one. You have the next one, the next one, the next one, till you fill all of that up. That's basically what it's saying.
until 191. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have from that 128, maybe it goes 64. Like different between 128 and 191 is 64, I guess. But in that case, there are thousands of hosts, 65,534 hosts. Between that network that you can have up to, each of these network can have up to this guy host. So you have you have that 128 and something. You can have up to this much, and you have up until 191. So that's the class B. So for the next one will be class C. In class C, they set it up this way. The IP address belongs to class C ranges from this to this. So here, the remaining 21 bits are used to determine the network. The remaining 21 bits are used to determine the network. So you are dealing with 24 right here. That tells you, oh, it's 24 because these are 3 bits here. 3 bits from plus the 21, remaining bits is 24. But these are really by default 110 for class C. So that tells me that if I take the 21, 2, I raise it to 21, that's the number of network that I should be able to have it. So the more network I have, it tells me the smaller the host I can also have. As you can see, you have only 254 hosts for Class C. Assuming this is why Class C is so popular. You have so much network, but so small. This is very, very good for home computing, residential, and all of that. That's why it's so popular. And now when you go to Class D, this starts to get a little different here. So IP address belongs to Class D. Class D is by default like this. You see? So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Already you know it's gonna be 32 bits. Right now it's 28 bits. That's left. Okay, 28 bits that's left. But if you notice, they didn't do the same calculation there. They just left it like that, and they just go, oh, from 224 to 239. That's what they just did. So they didn't do like they did on the other one. They went and took the 2 and raised it to 21. They didn't take the 2 and raise it to 28 here. They just said, okay, it's going to go from 224 to 239. Because if you look here, they did 2 raised to the power 8, what is left. So they gave the whole host 28. But then if you do the whole host to 28, it's 2 raised to the power 28. But they didn't do that here, and I don't know why they didn't do it. So what is the network for this one? Network ID for that one is not very specified either. But we have, you see why it's not specified? It's a multicast address. So what that means, you can make it anything you want. So that's a multicast address. It's not widely used anyway. So these ones are the reserved ones. These E ones, they didn't say nothing about it. It's just reserved ones. So we're gonna do OSI model. I think I've talked about OSI model with you guys before. OSI model is clear, straight line point, is open system interconnections, and is a reference model that specifies standards for communication protocols and also functionalities in each layer. So it's more like a protocol. A protocol is a set of rules and algorithms which define the way how two entities communicate. Okay, you have the unique identifiers of a network. You have a host name. You guys know what a host name is, right? Exactly. Usually the name of the computer or the name of the network or stuff like that. That's what they call a host name. Then there's an IP address internet protocol. An IP address internet protocol is used for addressing, right? To identify each device in the World Wide Web. The internet assigned number 30T assigns an IPv4. I just want you guys to remember that IPv4 is going away because of the number of people that are being born yearly on Earth. So we are surpassing 8 billion, and that's pretty much what IPv4 covers. Okay?
Okay.
So we have the MAC address, which is on a physical level, what identifies your like your network interface card. It has a MAC address burnt on it, okay? That MAC address represents the company that made it and the make and the model of it, okay? So you have the 12 nibble, it's pretty much 48 bits. So you have 12 nibbles, that means 12 times 4, 32. 12 times 4, that's 32 plus 6, 48 bits. So if you type if you type on your computer ipconfig auth, or you type in your Linux operating system ifconfig, you will see the MAC address there. Like when I did it here, the MAC address is there, see? Right? You see that MAC address, guys?
Somebody please read
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, the MAC address is right there. Can you see it? If you can see it, raise your hands. That's all. No big deal. Yeah, everybody's seen it. So moving on. So we are going to talk about ports. Ports can be referred to as logical channels, just like we talked about the hardware and software. There are buses in the hardware, and there are interrupts in the hardware and the DMAs for all the devices or all the peripherals that access the memory directly in the hardware. That's the same thing here for network. So there are channels through which data can be sent or received, and they are called ports. And these ports, when you hear ports, remember IP address. Okay? Port IP address.
All the separate thing there. Yeah. Like, so when it's a smaller number, you have only for them. Alright.
Okay? So when you remember port, when they say port, always remember IP address, because every IP address or every I mean when they say port, always think to yourself, what service? Port, what service? What application? When you hear port, always remember IP address, what service, what application. Every application will require a port on a socket level. There has to be a port. Okay? You can't give up now. You can't give up. There's no giving up. Don't do something else. Just pay attention. Your computer is on crack. Just pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm gonna come back to help you with what you're doing. Don't worry. I felt like it's important to have an overview of some of this stuff. Okay? So the port numbers are 16-bit integers. These are just logical, okay? Somebody have their okay, thank you. So these are just logical. You need to have this mindset. There are well-known ports on a computer. So can somebody give me an example of one of the well-known ports on a computer? You use it on a regular basis. Oh, we are using it right now. Don't do anything else. Just pay attention. I'll come back to those things that you think that you're not doing well. So we're using internet, right? Internet uses what protocol? HTTP.
88.
IP protocol, port 80, right? Sometimes 88, sometimes 8080, right? Depending on what? Depending on how it's set up, or depending on the network that you're on. Okay? Some people are, blocking off 80, port 80, then you can use 8080 or 88, okay? Now, there is also HTTPS when you are visiting your bank. That is the port that you're interacting on. When you visit your bank online and register and do all of that stuff, and when you see that little key at the top left-hand corner, the green key right there, is telling you the connection is secure. That's going through port 443. Okay, so there are well-known ports from 0 to 1023. There's port 22 for the one that you are using to interact with the EC2. That's 22. There's also 3389 for remote desktop. There's a bunch of them. There's 123 for NTP. There's so much of them. Okay. There's 53 for DNS. All right. There's Telnet, which is 21, FTP 22. Okay. There's Telnet is 23, FTP 21 and 22. What else? There's so many of them. So you have to remember some of this, and there's still registered ports from 124 up are registered, meaning that people designate it and use it for certain things. And there are also ephemeral ports. So you have to remember those. And okay, socket is very important too. So can somebody type netstat A in command prompt and press enter to see the list of the ports? This is gonna be interesting. We do netstat. I'm not sure if it's here or there. In the Linux. Netstat. Netstat. Oh, I made a mistake. Sorry, guys. See, these are all the ports that are being used right now, and I'm communicating with you guys. Look at this. Look at this, 135. Look at this, 445. Look at this, 139. This is NetBIOS. 139, 138 are NetBIOS, okay? TCP/IP, NetBIOS. Look at all this. Most of them are like pretty much ephemeral ports. They're high 40s. Okay, so I'll exit it. And that's that. So now the socket, the unique combination of IP address and port number socket are termed as socket. So you have IP address, port number together. Okay, maybe you have an IP address and there's a port number right away together. That's a socket. Okay, because you know that that particular IP address is taking service on this port, and they're always going to be like that together. That's the when they use the term socket. Okay. Other related concepts. So okay, let's look at this. Pay attention. We're gonna do some hands-on stuff. Let's do some DNS domain name systems. So DNS is basically a server which translates web addresses into what? Into corresponding IP address. Humans cannot read IP address. Computers can read it. So every IP address, when we get a website, when we get a domain name, it's actually an IP address. So we are converting the URL to IP address. First of all, we got through the RIL, Regional Internet Registry, every domain name is known in the DNS as a number. So when you get the domain name like, cloudmovement.com, it's a domain name, but you have to get it. The DNS will read it as a number, okay? Because DNS, is not human. It's not gonna go and do it like we do it. They do it in a smarter and faster way. That's a number, okay? That number is what you take the URL like Google, which is .8.8.8.8, and convert it. You take the www.google.com and convert it to their URL. Which, for instance, if I go to ping now, if I ping Google website, is gonna work. So let's do NSLOOKUP to confirm that. NSLOOKUP is a command. A lot of people use it. .0.0.0, and we do that. See, DNS Google. So that's DNS server. Most people use it to check their network to make sure that it is the response they are getting is correct for the domain name that they have. So when you do a DNS lookup, my server here is Belkin, which my router, as you can see, that's what it is. So now it's recognized wherever I went, which is dnsgoogle.com. I was able to look up Google using what I have here, which tells me the DNS, the authoritative DNS around the world is working well. They know where I'm at. Domain name server, okay? So in that exercise, the command NSLOOKUP gives you the IP address of the domain you are looking for, okay? But I did it the other way around. Now let's do it the way you would have thought of it, okay? As a human, like as us, we would do it like this: www.google, right? .com, right? So Google has many IP addresses, as you guys can see here. Okay. So these ones here are, what is this? Can somebody tell me what those are? I need somebody to tell me what those are. Huh? IPv what?
6.
That's right. That's an IPv6. Okay. It's longer. It's 128 bits long. I just tried to test it out. But let me convert it to regular numbers and see what we get. I'm just curious. I just wanted to convert it to numbers, see what I get. Okie dokie. I'm just curious. I'm a curious person by nature. Convert. Oh, IP address equal to. Okay, this one is equal to. That's interesting. That's a long number is 128 bits. Oh my goodness, that's huge. All right, let's move forward in what we're doing. So the NS lookup, when you type like maybe let me use this website, NS lookup. Is there any website you guys want to look up their IP? No?
Facebook.
This is our website. See, this is the IP. So this is the beginning of hacking for you guys. Now you see the IP for that website. So now when you want to go hack it, it's easy for you to hack it because you know their IP. With that IP, you go to NS lookup and who is, and get the name of the people that work for that company or contact for that company and stuff. So you see how porous we are on the internet, and that's why we as a security company do what we do. Not only we teach, we want to create the awareness as well. So that's that. Now you learn about NS lookup and you know what it does. So we also have an ARP. It stands for Address Resolution Protocol. It is used to convert an IP. The other one, you convert URL to an IP, but this one you convert an IP address to the corresponding physical address. Remember when I taught you guys about MAC address? It's the 48 bits that's burnt on a network interface card or Wi-Fi card, and I showed it to you guys. So ARP is used to convert an IP address to the MAC address or physical address. Okay. Now, app is used to by the data link layer. What level? Where is the data link layer in OSI model? Please do not. Where is data link layer? Remember, please do not throw sausage pizza away. Physical is layer 1. Data link is layer what? Data link is layer 2, guys. Network is layer 3. Transport is layer 4. Session is layer 5. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. Please do not throw, do not network, transport, section, presentation, and application. Application is layer 7. So they also have a reserved app. So who can tell me what a reverse app is? Since you know that app will take the address, IP address, and bring it down to the MAC address. So what is the reverse app? Reverse, please. Reverse. Somebody should tell me this. It's just the reverse of what we know. Instead of going from the IP address to the MAC address, it goes from MAC address to the IP address. As the name suggests, it provides the IP address of the device given a physical address as input. So if you put the MAC address of a device, it will give you the physical address. I mean, if you put the physical address as an input, it will give you the IP address. But they don't use that anymore, okay? So now let's talk a little bit about the internet and the web. Somebody have their stuff on. They're not on mute. So the internet and the web. So in simplest terms, the internet is a global network comprised of, I think we've talked about this before, and we talked about the application layer, which is the highest layer, and transport layer, network layer. We talked about that. And I think we did talk about the TCP IP protocol, TCP Internet Protocol, as well as OSI model. We also talk about TCP model, whereby in a TCP model is different. You have the physical and data link, as the physical layer, and then you have the network. You have the physical layer, you have the data link and network as the network. I mean, as the I think the access layer. Then you have the network as the internet, and then you have the other two as the application. You have the presentation and application as the application. When we studied that, I don't know if you guys remember it. Let me try to go back to it. 38. Let me try to go back to it and show it to you guys. 38. Okay, I think it's here. Do you guys remember this? It's not big enough, but I'll try to get it bigger. Where do I get you bigger, brother? 100. Maybe I should go to 150. You see, you have the network access layer here. You have the internet layer. Let me go to 200. See, you have it's bigger now, right? So you have these two here. Physical data layer is network access layer. Then internet layer is network layer for OSI model. They represented that. Network layer now is internet layer. Then transport layer is transport layer. Then application and presentation layer is just application layer. So the thing we have to note is that physical and data link becomes the network access layer. Physical and data link becomes the network access layer. Okay? And then the network layer here becomes only the internet layer. And the transport and session layer becomes the transport layer. And then the presentation and application becomes the application layer. It is important to note that. At least you know there's a TCP/IP, TCP layer, and also OSI model, which is internet interconnection system, OSI, open interconnection system. So we need to know all of that. It will help us and advance our understanding. So we were back on 28. Let's go back to 28. I think we'll wrap it up on 28 and help, and then we'll help you guys to do all the other homework that we need to do. Basically, we go through uploading to S3 bucket. I find that's when we do stuff like that, you guys are happy. So we do a lot more of that. Okay. So this is I think we did a little bit on this, the World Wide Web. So let's talk a little bit more about it. So the World Wide Web uses a markup language called HTML, hypertext markup language. So to link hypertext, you have to use the tags. The markup language is you have HTML. Then to move it from one point to another, you use a protocol called HTTP, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And for the to address resources, like say you have a file somewhere, you wanted to dish it out to somebody, you have to use a URL. That's what it's called, Uniform Resource Locator. You have the URL. That's why you get a domain name. And you do what? You slash them into various sites or pages for people to see them. So we access the web using the web browser, which is usually a client. It's usually a web browser example, Mozilla, Chrome, Internet Explorer, and so forth and so on. So we talked about the difference between internet and the web. And another thing is the URI, Uniform Resource Identifier. It's like an address providing a unique global identifier to a resource. So every URL, even the URL that look alike, have a URI, which makes them unique. That's what you have to keep in mind. So who governs the internet? We're gonna stop here. Can somebody tell me who governs the internet? Okay.
The internet, you're saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Who governs it?
Is it the IEE? Oh gosh, I thought.
IEEE is some internet thing.
I can't think of the name of it.
Is the
I thought it
Internet
was like
Society. The Internet
yes,
Society governs it. ISOC. They govern it. It's a voluntary membership organization whose purpose is to promote global information exchange through internet technology. Okay, they appointed IAB, which is Internet Architecture Board, and the very popular IETF, that's the Internet Engineering Task Force. They've been around even before I was born, even from the days of ARPANET. They've been there for a long time. So we'll stop here with the network, and next time we talk about security, I will talk a little bit more about network again as we move forward. And I encourage you guys to read the guide or the book that we have. And now we're gonna move on over to something interesting that you guys are gonna like. So first, I would like to assume that you guys already installed all of this, especially this one. If you haven't, can you try to install it now?
and that's AWS TK.
It's AWS SDK for .NET. I did put it here, and I put it down there for you guys in the cloud movement. This is it. Oh, I already put it there for you guys already a long time ago. Oh, I have even two for you guys. I put the CLVI thingy. I think I should move this one to the download file. But if I do that, you guys will miss it. Just go ahead and grab it from there. I'll move it later. Are you guys grabbing it?
I'm trying to get over there now.
Okay. I hope you have an access to it because everybody that had access to that folder should be okay to get it. Natalie uploaded a file. She says she's having problems. I can help you. So install module PowerShell get. Okay, I get it. I think I know what's going on there, Natalie. You have to configure PowerShell with your credentials, like with your access key ID and secret key ID and the region and the type of the format for carrying it over, which is JSON. You have to do the same thing configuration here too for it to work. Okay? I don't think Natalie can hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you all right.
All right, so you need us to go to where?
Oh, I can't hear her. She has issues with her computer. Oh, I can't hear her. But I just wish you can go there and download the stuff that I put on there for you guys so that we can start. So once you guys get that, we're gonna go back here and go to this section here and follow the instructions and get it done. I know I have helped you guys get, some of you guys have the GitHub account, some of you guys have done the AWS CLI, AWS Tool for PowerShell, and now AWS Tool and SDK for .NET. That's what we're gonna get today. And don't forget to configure it as you've done the rest of them. And once you download the AWS for AWS tool and SDK for .NET, once you get it, let me know so you can follow my lead and some of the instruction I have to give you so you can get yours up and going. So today you're gonna be able to upload a file to the S3 bucket you created, and then we'll all take a look and see how that one went. So don't feel uncomfortable and don't be scared. If you don't get it right, we get it right another time. So always read into the guidebook. So I'm trying to see how difficult it is here for him. Where's Natalie at? I'm not getting all your information, Natalie. Okay, she sent something else. It's okay. We'll deal with it. I don't have access to plant movement down. Oh, you don't have access to it? Uh-oh. So what's your email? Charity? Charity, is that your email? How come nobody's talking to me today? I can't hear you guys. Chep Kirui. Oh man. I think you have access. Is that not your name right there? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
I think.
I got her.
It seems like they kicked us out again.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what it was. So they kicked us out. So at least it wasn't that bad today. So somebody said that they don't have access to it, but I believe everybody's got access to it. So who's not able to access it?
Charity.
She says she doesn't have access, but she does. I just checked.
I don't see the I couldn't find a document that you just sent.
It's not a document. It's like a MSI file.
You put it in file.
This file here.
I don't see that.
You don't see it.
What I have is cloud movement, idea, document, homework, submission, roll call list, and that's it.
Okay, let me see if we can get this one too.
Okay.
Copy this. I copied it, but I solely want to give you right to it. Yeah, and I'll add you here. Okay. Right. Oh my goodness! Every time I try to type your name, something else comes in. Wow, Charity's name is something is wrong with your name. Every time I type your name, it skips and it goes somewhere else. That's not good. I type your name, it will skip and it will go somewhere else. I don't know why it's doing that.
That's strange.
So you want us to go to the MSI downloads?
Yeah, I want you to download that. You need that on your on your system right now.
Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna need that. That's very important to have.
Okay.
So those of you that have access to it should go in there. This Charity here.
Okay.
So why can't I just click on her name and she shows up here? Why can't she show up there? Everybody else shows up, but you don't. Check now to see if you have access to it.
Okay.
The only reason why you cannot show up there is if you're already there. Which I think you are. You're already here. Like right here, look at you. But you
I got it now.
Okay, you're saying that you don't have,
Yeah.
you don't have. But you do have.
Yeah.
Everybody install that, and then we proceed and we go through this major thing here where you guys will upload whatever you guys want to upload. We have about 20 minutes to get it done. So I'm going to crank up the PowerShell. Once you crank up the PowerShell, it's already built in on Windows 10. Always open it up as an administrator. Run as administrator. You click that. And let me share this to show it to you guys. Let me share it to show it to you guys. Okay. All right. I'm going to share it to show it to you guys. You click on this. You will get this. You run that. To the end, it's going to take a while to finish, but it will be done. And now you go to your system and type PowerShell. And you want to run it as administrator right here. Boom, you run it as administrator. That's it. It comes up this way. The first thing you want to do here is very straight to the point. You want to be able to set sign in. Yeah, you want to be able to set the sign in, remote sign in, I believe, to yes. So let me go to our document and pull that up. Okay, cloud movement idea. Think here. Or maybe we already have it here. Okay, let's use this. You want to do, this is the first thing you want to do, okay, guys? You want to set the execution policy, remote side. You want to do it. If you don't do that, you'll have problems. Okay, I think it's some of the problem our friend there is having, Natalie, and she's getting frustrated. Just stay with me, Natalie.
All right, so set execution.
You're gonna smile at the end of this. So
policy.
Okay. Have you all downloaded the thing and asked to download?
Yeah, so it says execution policy change. You want to say yes?
That's right. Oh, you are fast.
Well, I just did it. It took a while to download, so I'm just going to do that now.
Okay.
And then
do the fast. Just do that. Yes. Once you do the yes, you're good. So you can wait for every other person now. If you got to that point, you're excellent.
Right.
So
So it looks
now,
like it's done.
did you do the PowerShell one? AWS tool for PowerShell?
No, I don't think so.
So you have to do that. You have to. I think I have it
Okay.
there for you guys too. Let me see where I have it. I'm making life easy for you guys, but at the job, I won't be there. It will be on you.
Google's my friend, remember?
I taught you guys that and quote me on it because I'm not common sense rules all the time. If I know where to get the information, why do I have to spend my time? I just get the information. It's right there. I spend more time on learning how to get the information than cramming a book. Okay,
Oh,
this
okay.
this is the one that I need you guys to get to. Quote me on that too. Okay, this
Okay.
one. If I put it in this folder, it will be much better in that folder where you guys have everything there. I think.
Where is that folder?
I move it in the same folder now. It's here now. They're all there
Okay.
now. So you guys get it there now. And then I'll get rid of this one. I'll remove this one.
Yeah, okay, downloads.
Yeah, download that one. And once you download that one, that means you have the CMD you're used to. It's already on your computer, and you have AWS CLI. Now you know you can work with AWS CLI, no problem. But you also have AWS tool for PowerShell. That means a powerful, much more powerful tool. And now you have AWS tool for, AWS tool and SDK for .NET. See? That means you have a full-blown solution. You can work with anything else that's in AWS, even Azure, etc., and etc. Except for if it doesn't have anything. Sorry, I said Azure. That's wrong. If it doesn't have anything to do with AWS, you cannot use it because it's AWS SDK. But it has more module and commandlets that allows you to pull a lot of activities and perform a lot of processes and function when working with the cloud, AWS cloud to be precise. Okay?
So you said both
Yes?
the AWS tools and then the tools and SDK.
I can't hear you.
Do we need both? Because I already had the
I'm exposing you to all the tools. I'm exposing you to the command prompt, which is CMD DOS. I'm exposing you to AWS CLI, which is not just the command line interface for AWS. And I'm exposing you to AWS tool for PowerShell, which has a lot of commandlet for PowerShell. And I'm also exposing you guys to AWS tool and SDK for .NET, which has galore of functions, methods, commandlets for various S3 activities, actions, migration, description, upload, download, what you can use to write the scripts, or what you can use to like get module, do this, do whatever. These are the functions and methods. They are called commandlets. They are all in there. So without those, you can't perform all these wonderful things like uploading file, downloading file, checking this, checking that, enumerating this, enumerating that. I'm exposing you to all of that. And I'm also exposing you to PowerShell ICE, which allows you to write the code on demand right here in the as a part of our work. This is PowerShell integrated software environment. So you can write scripts here. You can write VB, Visual Basic. You can write uh, you can just write stuff in PowerShell, which uses more especially Bash. And you can write those things with regular expressions. And the beauty of it is, check this out. It has a lot of modules. It used to be called WMIC, but Amazon they're smart. They found a way to use it here. WMIC is the tool that we use to enumerate Windows operating system back in the days. I did a lot of work in that, and I'm so delighted to see it here. So that's the thing. I don't think it has anything on S3, but I will check. You see, it has a lot on S3 because why? We have already downloaded the SDK. Now, when you you don't download PowerShell ISE. PowerShell ISE is inbuilt in the Windows, especially Windows 10, to the best of my knowledge. So you go here and you type PowerShell ISE. You see it right there. See, you run it as an administrator. This is it here. This is one of the ones that I wrote. I know I butchered it, but this is one of the ones that I wrote. I don't think it worked, but it's okay. So if it's running, you will see it here running. Okay? Like this one, stop running. Control. See? Completed. So the thing was written so that it can copy something from the cloud. Like if you look here, you see it says, let me show you guys. This is the integrated software environment. It's not just the PowerShell that you guys are downloading. It has a lot more to it. So this one here, when you see the $sign, is helping you to declare the variable, and you are assigning a value, lockdown test, which is my bucket name, in the cloud to this variable called bucket. And then the source, you are assigning this source, which has a picture. It has a picture that I created, and I put the picture right there so I can upload it or copy it. It's assigned to this source, and then you have your access key assigned to access key. You have your secret key assigned to secret key.
Hello, did we lose him?
I'm here. I'm right here. Can you guys hear me? Guys.
So how far did you guys get?
Can you guys
So-
hear me? If you can hear
I
me,
did
raise your
download
hand.
the first one, and I just did the second one.
The AWS CLI to MSI?
Right.
Okay.
So what are we supposed to do once we do that?
I'm writing.
Can you guys hear me? They cannot hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Now, when are you able to access it?
So if we go to Riot, I can access it through that too, right?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you now.
All right, awesome. So what you're supposed to do with that is you have to do the same configuration you did before. Without that configuration, you're gonna have a lot of problems. And when you do that configuration, I want you to allow remote sign-in like Janelle did. So that will help you. All right. You put this command there first. This
So
little
after you
command
do the
set
first one, what about the second one when we did this AWS CLI? What was it?
you have to configure
Do
all
we
of
have
them.
to
You have to configure all of them
configure
so you
that
can use it
as
with your
well?
credentials. Okay? You have to configure all of them.
So no, what should we do for the second? So the two files. The first one I did the set execution policy remote signed.
Yeah, for
What
the
do I do
PowerShell.
for the second one?
The second
Okay,
one,
so what about for the next one? When for the MSI downloads, you have the AWS CLI. I guess is a version 2 MSI. What do I need to do at that point?
okay. Now the have you downloaded the AWS tool and
Yes.
SDK? If you notice, the
Yes.
AWS tool and SDK has PowerShell in it. Okay?
Okay.
It has PowerShell in it. So once you downloaded the PowerShell, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need you to follow me now.
Okay.
Okay? Once you downloaded the PowerShell, I need you to follow me now. And I need you also to download to install whatchamacallit, the one for the SDK. So I need you to follow me now to get that done. So what you do is first you download the one for the SDK, and I'm sure you've
Yes.
already done it. You told me you did it. I only ask you to get the PowerShell so that you can have many tools and you can choose which one you want to use to do whatever you want to do with it. But the bottom line is you have to configure it with your credentials. Now,
Okay.
you have to set execution policy, remote signed, right? You guys following?
Excuse me, Josiah. I didn't get the second one either.
This one.
Yeah,
You have to
the
set
second
this.
one.
You have to set it and you say yes, yes to all. You have to copy this, put it right on there, right here. Copy
Share
it
your
and put
screen.
it there. And before you do it, I prefer that you do this. You
You
do
have to share your screen. We're not seeing it.
you do CD dash dash like that. Small letter CD dash dash, so you can go to straight to the root. Okay, CD like that. You don't go like that, so you can go straight to the
That's
root.
yes.
Share your screen.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't share it. That's why you can't see it. Now I'm gonna share it. Then you can see it. So, when you just started it off, you have this. You have it like this. But if you type CD, like if you type CD Windows, and then you type CD, don't type this yet. Just watch CD System 32. You go to this. When you start it off, this is how it's gonna look. But I need you to go back like this.
To Windows.
To the root, yeah, to the C. I need you to be here.
Okay.
Now, the reason why I need you to be here is this. I'll show you why. When you downloaded the PowerShell, whether you know it or not, that PowerShell was installed in, I think, in C, users, and whatever username you have. And then, let's see, the program files is here. No, not here. So let me start over. So it was here, I think here, and Amazon. You remember, guy? Do you guys remember this?
Yes.
Program, Amazon, all of that. So it was started here. But there's another thing I wanted to bring to mind. Just give me a minute. Let me find where it is. AWS PowerShell PSD. Okay. All right, I've seen it. So let me see if it will work. I think it will work like this. So this will remind you guys, for those that have installed this, you're gonna see it now pop up. That's why I need you guys to start it from there. You see? You guys got this module, right? PowerShell. AWS tool for PowerShell module. When you install it, this is a bunch of stuff that you're gonna get. Without this, you can't do nothing with in the AWS for S3 bucket or any other of those services. With this, you're good. So you see where it is at? Now that's why I wanted you guys to go to the C. After you get into the prompt, command prompt, you go to the C. When you go to the C, you set the execution policy sign like you did. Some of you have done that already. You do the execution sign, like you copy that. If you like to copy it.
When you're on the C drive, you need to do that, or you're saying when we're there, do we have to do the set execution policy remote sign?
If you already done it, it's fine.
Yeah, I already did that.
But I prefer to do it here. You see, I'm not gonna do it because I already done it. I'm not gonna say yes or whatever because I already done it.
Yeah, I did that part I did that, but not there. When I downloaded the SDK, it had.
So 1 second, Natalie is saying something. Natalie, did you download the CLI? Did you download this PowerShell tool? Once you downloaded the PowerShell tool, I need you to set the execution policy remote signed. Say yes to all. Okay? Thank you. Say yes to all. Set it. Once you set it, have you configured it with your credentials? Even if you haven't configured it with your credentials, just follow the instruction. Even if you haven't configured it, follow the instruction. You'll be fine. Okay? So, execution policy, I've already said it yes before. So let me just, for the sake of saying yes. Okay. All right. I hope it doesn't cause us problems. So we have done this. We are all on this stage, right? Now, I need you guys to import the module. Import that module. If this one doesn't work, all right? If you do this one, it doesn't work, you do the next one. No hard feelings. If it doesn't work, you do the next one. And don't forget the comma. I mean the quotation mark. Oh, maybe we need to remove the quotation mark this time. Let me see what works. I'll let you guys know what works. Oh, okay. That one doesn't work. Let me see. All right, let's remove the PSD completely. It didn't work either. Let's put back the quotation mark while we remove the PSD. If it didn't work again, that means that I've already done it before. So there's no need to do it again. It works. That's how it's supposed to be. So you will take this out, put the quotation mark, import the module. You know where we get it from? AWS tool PowerShell for PowerShell. That's where it's coming from. If that one doesn't work for you, try this one. Import AWS PowerShell. It will still work. So once you've done that, I'm sure everybody's done it. Okay, Natalie, where did you stop? Natalie, just go to the book and copy this. Copy exactly this and paste it there. Copy exactly that and paste it. Make sure everything is in order. Because if you have installed this PowerShell, it's going to be in this directory. It can't be anywhere else but this directory. That's why I wanted to go show it to you guys, to make sure everybody have it in this directory before you start typing that. If I were you, I would copy it, Natalie. I will find where it is in my computer and copy it. So anybody else need help now at this point?
Yeah, what did you take out? Because I copied it. You said import files. You took out. Okay, I'll do it again.
You see this? I put the quotation and I took out the .psd1.
Yeah, there was no AWS PowerShell.
Right?
Okay. Import module. Okay, you took out the quotation or from the C.
No,
Okay.
I put the quotation. You gotta put the quotation.
Okay, and then you did. No, I don't. Okay, maybe.
This is what I did. I'm gonna copy it and put it on Riot.
I just pulled that up.
I'll put it on Riot right there. Just copy that.
Like yeah, import PowerShell. Yeah.
So you got it?
No, I'll figure this out.
Just copy it like I did. And make sure there's no spaces on the sides. And hit enter. You should be able to get something like this. You should get something like this. Like it goes to the next prompt. That's what
I might need to refresh my.
Okay. Natalie, did you see this? Have you done that? Have you done this?
The only thing that's I did, but it's not. Yeah, try it again because you had the quotation.
Import module. Okay, she's doing it now. All right, import module, you put that quotation. If you don't get it right, that means you haven't installed the PowerShell, AWS tool for PowerShell. Anybody else? Come on, guys, don't be quiet on me. Who has done it?
I don't know
Judy?
if others are trying. Import module, the only thing is the power, when you have it at the end PowerShell, it's not taking it for me.
No, you have to put quotation at the end of the
Unless I did something
PowerShell.
wrong.
You have to put quotation at the end of the PowerShell, please.
Let's see, import module.
Import module space quotation C program files wherever the AWS tool is at.
If it's saying that it was not loaded, do I have to go back and try it again?
Import module. What is the error you getting?
You there?
Yeah, I'm right here. What's your error?
Hello?
Oh shoot. So what's the error you're getting? What's the error?
It's saying this, oh, you're talking to Natalie or to me?
No, anybody that have error, I'm talking to you. Janelle?
It said,
It says what? Oh. Why is my network so poor now? We've been doing okay. What happened? All right, we're back. So has anybody been successful yet?
no, I'm still getting the same error.
Okay, try this simple one here. Try this simple command. You probably haven't installed it. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe not, but
Okay, can you do this get module to see if you installed it? Get module, verify modules were loaded.
Get module.
Import module. Did you even do import module? You haven't done import module, so you can't get module. So try this.
Okay.
Try this simple one, import module. Is there any way you can copy it, like from Riot or something, so that way you don't have mistake?
Yeah, sure. I'll try that.
Okay. Oh, I see somebody was copying it. Oh, somebody already installed it and they're trying to get the module.
So it says get module, and I see a few things come
No,
up.
you have to do import module first.
Okay,
If you
okay.
get the next prompt, like me, like here, import module, and you get this next prompt, that means there's no error. Then you do get module, and it will list all the module you got. That tells you got on the module. You want to check the module for S3. Then you know you got them. What about other people? Please, guys, let me know how you are doing.
Okay.
I think for me, I just download the AWS CLI, so I have to do all the steps. That's why I'm just listening, but I don't think I can do all
So
of
once
that
you do
right now.
AWS CLI, you need to do the other one too.
Yeah, I just figured that one out, so it's
Okay.
gonna take me some time, but I'm listening.
So import. Okay, let me read your message. The term get. Oh, get module. You can't do get module like that. And you can't do get module right now because you haven't even imported the module. So I recommend that you go and do this one first. Actually, you haven't even done all the stuff you're supposed to do. Natalie, you're supposed to set execution policy remote signed. You have to copy it exactly like this and put it right here. You have to copy it exactly like that and put it right here. All right? So you haven't done it, so you can't get module. You can't do that. Okay, let me see why you can't see it. Oh, because I didn't share it. Okay, let's go back. See, you have to start from here. Set execution policy remote signed. If I were you, I would open this document exactly where I'm at and follow it step by step. Don't type it, because some of them are like horse characters. I mean, camel characters. Some are long, some are short. So you have to set execution policy remote signed, and you say yes, and you take care of that. And then you go to import module, and you take care of that. And then you go and get module to see everything. Make sure you see S3. Once you see S3, you're in business. Then you test the path profile. And then once you view your profile, you can go and amend the profile by entering your credentials. So we're going to do everything step by step. You guys are going to love it. You can't be a lone wolf. You can't be a lone wolf. You have to work together and patiently.
Just a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to see when I say get module?
Have you done import module PowerShell? Is it successful?
Yeah, simple one.
Oh, get module. You want to see all the modules. You want to check for S3 SDK and stuff like that. Once you see that, you're good.
I don't see S3. I see binary script.
Do you see SDK?
No.
There's a bunch of stuff there. It's a lot of them. Let me show you what it's supposed to be looking like. You see?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But once you see AWS PowerShell, you're good.
Oh, okay.
Once you see that PowerShell, if you look, it has a lot of stuff on the side here.
Yeah.
Add this, add that. You have all of that. Okay, the modules are in. The script are in. Script, the binary PowerShell, PowerShell management, PowerShell security, PowerShell utility. Ooh, boy, that's a lot of stuff in there. So you're good. So we go to the next one. The next move will be to you can test if the profile, if you already have a profile. And I'm sure. Oh, Natalie, is everything okay? Oh, you've done it. Okay, awesome. Now let's go to the next level. We're gonna do if you've done your get module and it works, we're gonna go do a test path profile. The profile there is a variable. Okay. When you see that dollar sign, it's telling you that this thing represents something. Okay, that thing could be a function. I mean, it's just a placeholder for something. That's what it's telling you there. Later on, you will figure it out. Now, if you do test path, if you copy this and paste it there, if you get false, that means you don't have a profile set. All right, guys?
Okay.
That means you don't have a profile set. Now, to view your profile, you can do this. If you want to do that, it's up to you. But for me, I'm gonna say create a new item, like a profile item.
So I got false.
Huh?
I got false.
Yes, if you get false, that means you don't have a profile.
Okay.
You're not supposed to have a profile because you just created it anyway. So you don't have a profile. So you're gonna create the profile. So Instead of viewing your profile, we're just gonna skip that step of viewing your profile. You go here and copy new item like this.
Okay.
You create the profile and don't move too fast because you're gonna go back to that profile and set your credentials. Like you configure the CLI, you configure this command prompt. You're gonna do the same thing, but there's a better way to do it, which allows you to write some scripts. So you are getting introduced some a little bit scripting, programming, or whatever. So which is good for you. So what you're learning now, you can run with it. You can take it to the next level. It's up to you. So now you are playing with commandlets. So once you created a new path profile, so I will tell you what it means. New item is a method. The path is the path or directory where whatever is. And then the $ profile is declaring that as a variable. And that type is just basically the type. So the type in this case is a file. Later on, you will figure out what that file is. And this is like to force it. Even if it doesn't want to create the new profile, force it to create it. That's what that one is. Now, once you create the new profile, you're going to go to the next level. And I need you to do Notepad profile. You will see it's going to open up a Notepad. Basically, I'm showing you guys that everything you see on the computer started with the command prompt. And it give it a GUI, graphical user interface, and then you can see this beautiful thing. But everything lies down in the command prompt. So now, moving forward, I know a lot of you have opened up the Notepad profile, right? Hello? So I'm back now. So I need you guys to follow my suit, and I'm going to open my own my Notepad profile, and you guys are gonna see what's in mine. So I'm sure you guys have passed this stage. You guys have created the profile. You guys are right here on Notepad profile. Okay, stay right there with me so you can have what I have in yours. So once I'm here, I'll go do this. Oh my goodness. Don't do this to me. Come on, open up. I'm gonna share it with you guys. That way it won't be a problem.
So Josiah, I had to go back and reinstall those two files. Now, when I do the set execution,
You have to do the set execution remote site. Set
Windows System
execution policy
32,
remote
or am I
site.
just going back? What's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, you
That's
have to
fine?
do it. You have to do it.
Right, but at the C drive, do I have to change the directory, go back? Or
Yeah,
just, I
it's
can do
better
it?
for you that way. That's how I
Okay,
do it. You could do it
okay.
whichever way you like, but that's how I like to do mine. So now, Notepad profile is where I'm gonna be starting off. So I'm gonna do mine, and I don't know who else is doing theirs. See, it opened this profile for me. That's what it opened for me. So you guys do the same thing. Y'all don't have this. So I need you guys to copy this, the same import module, so that every time you start it, it will import that module for you. See? So every time you start the PowerShell, it will import that module for you under that profile, so you don't have to worry about all the PowerShell module for your S3 bucket, for your RDS, for your this, for your that. So it will import it for you. Now, when you open yours is gonna be like this. Now I need you to go and copy the import module and paste it right here.
Okay.
See? Import it, like, you can do it like this. It's up to you. Exactly as is there, but it's still gonna work. It worked for me, so I'll leave it as it worked for me before. So do it exactly as I did it, please. Don't get any idea. Do it like this, because I've done all these things yesterday and it worked for me. Yeah, let me check, make sure it's recorded, because I believe when we started, I was recording it. Yeah, it is recording, Natalie. Thank you for reminding me. So this is mine, and I'm gonna save it, close it out. Somebody is not being on mute.
Okay, Josiah.
Yes.
So the command that the importing didn't work for me. The second one worked for me. So does it
Oh, good
make
for
any
you.
difference?
Which one worked for you?
The simple one, the import dash module.
Oh, that one worked for you. Awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, it worked for me as well.
So
So
do
I
I
tried
copy that
it.
on my notepad, or I still have to copy the long one on my notepad?
In your notepad, I would suggest that you put the one that worked for you.
You bring it up.
I think you should put the one that worked for you, so you don't have conflict.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your voice was breaking up. What did you say?
I said it would be better to put the one that worked for you, the one you can be
Okay,
sure worked for you,
thank you.
and
All
then
right.
you save it.
Yes.
Now, after that, I want you to configure the IM user.
Josiah, so it worked for me, the second one, and I did get module, and I was able to see what modules are there. And then do I go to the test, or do I go to view your profile?
I need you, once you do that, you get your module already. Okay,
Yes.
test your path profile. It's gonna be false anyway, but still test it, meaning that you have to copy this thing in yellow and paste it there.
Right. Okay, so it says false, right? And then view your profile.
Now, instead of viewing your profile, don't worry about that. Do it in your spare time. I don't want to waste too much time right now. So what you can do is, usually that's supposed to be profile PS1. I don't know why I put profile there like that, but go ahead and don't do that one, okay? Just go to the next one. You hear me?
So the echo where you are now, where you're highlighting.
Don't do that one. Do the new item path.
Okay.
Do the new item path, because I know that one is gonna give you a problem, and it's gonna hold us back, because there's something wrong with that one. So one time I think it was a PU, then the next time I think it was a PS1, or next time I think it was a PS. I made it work, but I don't want to complicate stuff with it here. Yeah, that one, PowerShell profile, PS, the time doesn't exist. That's what it says. So I have to do P. Maybe this one works, but I don't know. I could try it. Oh, Natalie is sending me something. That means something is wrong. Oh, okay. So when you see echo, it's trying to tell it to output something in the console. That's what echo is all about. So let me see what's going on. Who has gotten to this point here? Who has saved theirs?
I'm about to save it. I need to change and make a module addition. You want us to do that? Go to Notepad?
You have to do that, because when you do the test path profile, it's gonna give you false. But what you need to do is new item path profile, type 5, force it to create a new profile. Then you put
Right, I
the
did
command
that.
notepad profile. It will open up empty. But you want to copy that import module and put it in that notepad. So every time you go to PowerShell, it will bring all the stuff you need to work on AWS for you automatically. Then you save it, and now you want to configure the IAM user. Remember how we did that in AWS CLI, and we did it in CMD, and all of that kind of stuff. So you have to do the same thing here. Okay? So what you do now is you copy this thing here. Make sure you know your secret key, and you know your access key, and you know your region, which is the region we all are in. I think mine is US West 2, but I prefer that you guys will check your region first. But by default, I think by default, S3 buckets are usually in US East 2. By default.
So I'm at the
But that's
Notepad.
not what you're gonna use. You're gonna use where your IAM user is to be on the safe
But
side.
when you're in Notepad, you're saying add the import module. What do you mean by that?
Oh, copy the import module commandlet and put it inside the notepad. That's what I mean by that. Like you see here, if I type import module, let me see, like that, you see, you copy that, copy the one that worked for you and put it here and save it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yes.
Copy the one that worked for you and put it there and save it.
So, just I'm trying to configure the access key.
Oh, that's not hard. That's easy. So the same thing you've done in the past. What you have to do, if I were you, you can do step by step, or you can do copy all of them at one time. But you have to set it up first. If I were you, I would set it up. Like me, I set mine up first here. This is mine. I set it up. I'm using the commandlet that says initialize AWS default configuration. This access is a variable assigned to this. Then this secret key, that's hyphen is telling you is a variable assigned to that. And then when you see a $sign, it's a string, okay? It's assigned to something. And then when you see region, it's telling you you have to have a region, which is actually this. It's also a string assigned to this region. So that's me. That's me. So what I did was I copy all of this, and I go here, and I paste the thing. That's how I did it. Actually, I pasted the wrong thing, thinking that I copied the right thing. If you know what I mean. So now I'm gonna copy the right thing. So, okay, you see here? That's me. That's the thing I just pasted. You see it here? So now I go like that. Yeah, I go like that. I get the next line, which means is good. I get the next line, which means it's good. So now I go over here. I don't want you guys to run this long command, but if you have time in your hand, you can play with it. I don't want you guys to run the whole, this is pretty much PowerShell code. There's a bunch of command line. It's just pretty much a script, VB script, I believe. Okay? But I need you guys to do something interesting. I need you to get command, the module, anything concerning S3. I need you to check it out for yourself and you see with your eyes what we've been doing. That this thing about S3 are all in AWS PowerShell. So once you do this, your eyes is gonna open. Now you're gonna understand what we are doing here. So where object name is like the S3 module, PowerShell, you see, everything you see here is about S3. Write the S3 bucket, copy the S3 bucket, restore the S3 bucket. These are all the commandlets that we are going to be using. Without this commandlet, you cannot do nothing on S3 bucket, period. You can't. So gradually you are learning the trick. You have to have a software development kit. To work on a software development kit, you need a command line interface. To work in the command line interface, you need some methods. And the commandlets gives you the methods that has all these capabilities. You can call the method functions as well. They have these capabilities to do stuff. And some of them, you can open it up and see the codes that are written in them. Okay, like this one. This is a whole code that was written. Now, when you click here and run it, it will run it. It copies this, what you see, it copies it to over there. It copies it, but I didn't get it to work, but it was supposed to take this and copy it from whatever I wanted to go copy it. But I'm still working on it, so I haven't finalized it. That's just to encourage you guys that you can do a lot with this scripting and commandlets. So if you've done that, ignore this, ignore all of this, unless you want to play with your coding skills or scripting skills. Just ignore all of that. I'm going to highlight it. That's my little playground. I'm playing with that. So now what I need you guys to do is write S3 object. So I need you to go and get the name of your bucket name, create an image or file on your desktop and save it. First of all, go to your C, create a folder and save your file in that folder. And remember the name of the folder. If you like, you can call it any name you like, maybe your name. It could be a picture, it could be a notepad.txt, all of that. Don't forget to put the extension. So what I need you to do, paste that in. If that works for you, I mean, if that's the one that works for you, paste it inside the notepad. But I think I prefer if you can put .psd1 on there. .ps1. I want you to have yours like mine because that thing you're using, this is what I use that you don't know about. I'll show you. This is what I use, PSD1. Put yours there because yours and mine looks the same. Although without this, it worked on PowerShell, but you have to put this because that's what is in the folder actually. All right, thank you. PSD1, all right? That's for Natalie alone. That's who's having that problem. Oh, okay. Wait one moment. You see, you are missing this. That's all. It's in your C drive anyway. So how far have you guys gotten? Has anybody created a file that they wanted to upload to the S3 bucket? Have you captured your S3 bucket name? Are you a member of all the groups in for SDK S3 AWS SDK group? That one
No,
I have to check for you.
I'm gonna go back and configure the IAM user. That's where I am. I was at the Notepad, and I had to come in and out. So I'm gonna follow what you have here.
You can actually add yourself to the group, to the right group for AWS SDK, because you have to add yourself to the group. If you haven't done it, maybe I can help you guys with that. Because if you don't add yourself to that group, that means you don't have the permissions. So the roles will not apply to you. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's be patient here and learn this. It will be good for us. And at least when we learn it, we go home, we sleep well tonight. Okay. 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 Oh, why is import module giving you a problem? Oh, you skipped a step. That's why. So when you do import module, when you do import module, either this one or this one work for you. I don't know which one work for you, but you have to do get module to see if the module were, they were imported. Then after that, you do the test path profile. I think you skipped a couple of steps here, Nadli. You did remote get you did the get set execution policy, remote signing, and you did the import module PowerShell. It didn't work for you. Maybe you should have done the other one. Natalie, where are you? Because this looked like an old message you sent me. It's not a current one. Looks like a very old message. It's not a current one. Oh, is that Aziat? Aziat joined the room. So Charity, where are you now?
Trying to configure the PowerShell.
Okay, that's awesome.
She's got a notepad up.
You got the notepad up. Just put your import document in there to take care of that immediately, so that every time you bring it up, those things will be imported for you. So that way you can interact. Cannot join you off. Cannot.
Okay.
What happened to Asia?
Say that one more time. I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you.
Is everything okay? You said you can't join us? What's going on? You said something about you cannot join us. So I wanted to figure out what it was.
So at the configure part, I'm just there. So just configure, and then I just hit enter, and then it'll ask for the secret key, and I'll put that in the access key?
No, you have to line it up first. Then you paste it there like I did. I showed it to you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did it kind of fast, so can you show it to me again?
No, I'll slow it down. Like right here, you see?
All right, just...
I lined it up real good. So change everything that I have there to yours.
Okay, okay.
And put it
I
in
get
there.
you.
And after that, you get command, use your get command to see everything about S3.
Okay.
Once you see that, you're good to go. While I'm doing that, I'm giving you guys permission to allow you to work with the S3 bucket. That means I'm adding those who are here to AWS SDK group. And you guys are seeing how I'm doing it. Please pay attention because I'm not going to be doing it for everybody. Like this guy, Eddie Kong, I'm going to go to the group and say add user to group. And you see AWS SDK group, add him. So the question is, why are we doing this? I'll show you. When you click on AWS SDK, you will see all the policies. See? These are our policies that make it possible for you to play with that from your local machine. So you have to have this policy. So in this is permissions. Under permissions, policies are what make permissions available and the roles that you get in there. All right. So that's done. So I'm gonna go back and do it for somebody else who is here. Jadine is here. Nicole is not here. Rolanda is not here. Hannah is not here. Janelle is here. So we have to add you there immediately. If not, what you're doing right now will be meaningless because you can't upload that file there and you'll be crying. Why didn't I upload the file? So be patient now. You will get it.
Sure.
So these are the ones that are here. If you notice, they the ones that are here. Most of you guys, Charity is there already. Cynthia is not here, is she? Hannah is not here. Leben is not here. Nicole is not here. So it is what it is. So half the class are not here today. So Microsoft PowerShell P. No, you do not do this one. Don't do the echo. I want everybody not to do the echo one. Please, don't do the echo one. The echo one is just trying to show you what your profile is. Do not do it. It's a waste of my time and your time. We need to move forward here and move really fast. So don't do this. I'm going to put it in red, which means do not do it. That's it. Do not do it. Now, what I need you to do is to create a new item. Just create a new item here. That means you create a profile, and once that profile you created is done, I need you to go do a notepad. That means bring the profile up in notepad. That's what it means. Okay? Let me see who this is. I don't even know who sent me this. Oh, that's not me. Oh. New item. Okay, you created a new item, which is awesome. And don't do the echo. Test pack profile. Okay, don't do the echo, just do the new item. You've done the new item. Then go on notepad profile. When it opens, you're gonna copy and paste the import module that worked for you. I've already talked to you about that. But don't skip the steps. Do not. If you skip the steps, it's gonna be painful. You're not gonna like the experience because you're gonna get a lot of errors and you're gonna be like balling. So if anyone has been able to do the configuration of IAM, let me know so you can send your first file to the S3 bucket with style. Huh?
I did it.
Oh, have you done it?
Yes.
Really?
So what's next?
Oh, where are you? Where are you?
So I don't know what to do with the bucket now.
Have you done this one, this part? Or this part?
Yes.
Oh, you done it? So that means,
No, I haven't done that.
oh, you have basically aligned everything, your information accurately. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not there yet. I only did the configuration.
Where are you?
Right there, I did the command.
Are you? No, the thing in green, don't do it. Don't do everything in green. Don't do it.
Okay.
The one you do is this one. Actually, let me put it in red. That means you're not doing it. This is too much for you to do right now. Do it when you're home, when you are bored at home. You have nothing to do. You play with that.
But you do want us to say get command module, right?
Yeah, I want you guys to do get the command module, which you've already done. This one here, you guys already done get command module. You saw the S3
Yeah.
command
That's
line.
the
Now, what I need you guys to do is to line up your bucket name. Like mine is locked on test, which is here. You guys know about my bucket. I'll show you to you guys. And I also remind you of you guys' bucket. You guys can see your bucket names here. I'm sure you guys saved it as your, I know you saved it as your names. Some of you, like, these are your bucket name. These are your regions. So you look at it here and see what your region is right away. Oh, US dash East dash 1, US dash East dash 2, US dash East whatever, EU dash West dash 2. These are all your regions. So you do the same thing. You take your region here and your bucket name and you go over here. First of all, you copy this and copy this one. Copy two of them. I want you guys to see what the two of them are doing. Then you play with it first. First, you go and create a folder called temp, and you put anything you like in that folder. And don't forget, when you are doing it here in the command line, don't forget you must put the extension so it knows the file format. Okay? Now, if you finish doing this one, I want you to do this one. There's a reason for that, so you can see what the two are doing, so you can learn from the difference of the two. People learn when they see the difference in two things. Sometimes they learn that way. So people learn when they see the difference in two things. So when you guys put all your bucket names, the file with its extension, and then you put the private. The private is just a command saying that whatever you're trying to access is private. Because of that, you're gonna need access key ID and secret key ID. That's what it's saying. But the bucket name, the file there is telling you you are trying to upload that file. And the key there is a different key saying that the directory is in the temp subfolder. And then you have the whatever, in my case, it's an image. In your case, it could be a .txt file or whatever. So the temp there represents subfolder and then the source. Okay? Now, with that, remember, write S3 object is a commandlet that's telling the cloud to give you access to write this object there. In this case, the object is, in my case, is the picture. I'm going to write it over here. As I've explained, it's probably going to create a folder there with the name temp, and it's going to put that picture inside that folder with the name temp. But the other one, like this one here, is different. This one is only going to put the picture there, but it's not going to have a folder there. That's why I wanted you guys to do the two of them. You can see for yourself the difference between that two. So once you do that, that is your first journey into playing with the cloud and doing all these amazing things. Once you see your folder written up in the cloud, you'll be like, yeah, that's the feeling I want you to have. So if anybody's having difficulty, please let me know. I think Aziab is not here. All right, Natalie, where do we start? Where did you stop? Have you done Notepad profile? Have you done this part? Okay, seems like she's done it. Oh, not yet. Okay, let me take a look at the picture. Oh, you've already done import module. I thought you did it. Oh, I see what you're doing. Remove that PSD. Remove the .psd one. Remove it. Remove it in the command line. Do exactly what I've done here. Do this. Do exactly like this. But remove from there. Yeah, that's the only way it's gonna work for you. Do like this. Maybe I can show you the command here actually. This is how I did it. Let's go. This is how I did it right there. You can't miss it. Import module. This is how I did it. So once you type that, it's gonna work for you. If I were you, I'll copy it. Let me see if I can put it on Riot for you. Good. That's it. Now push enter. It's gonna go to the next one. Push enter. It's gonna send you to the next prompt. That tells you you got it. You don't have to show me. I know you got it. Now move to the next one. It says import module. Okay. All right. I didn't know I moved that fast. Okay, maybe I should leave it up there. But you see, I copied it on the Riot for you here. I copied it on the Riot right here. If I were you, I'll just copy it right there and paste it. So where is everybody at? Has somebody done it?
I'm working on the bucket now, creating the temp file. We're just
Create the temp file in C.
in C. Okay.
Then inside it, you put whatever you like. And then you come to your little script and amend it and correct it. Everything. Put everything where they need to be. The right name and file extension and all of that. Exactly as it is in the temp. And you should be okay. So you do temp / and you put that for the first one. The second one, you don't need the subfolder. So I need you to try the two of them and see what we get when we go back there. When you try the first one, you let me know. Then we go and check it to see what's in there. And then after that, you see what's in there, we check the next one. The pump module. Oh, you have not loaded it. You have not loaded it, so you can't import what you didn't load. That's the problem.
I'm getting an error
Where are you getting the error?
with the access key and the
So you have to make sure you have the access key then, the right one. Who
I
is it?
do.
Agatha? Okay, let's check.
No.
What is the error saying?
Okay, one moment. Say fully qualified error ID.
Um, fully qualified error ID. What's that?
And command not found exception. I don't know what that is.
You sure you put the right ones?
Yes.
Like this is your IM here. I don't know the secret key, only you know it, but let's see if you have a key. That's Agatha, that's you right here. So you have something here. You have two keys here. Which one do you want to kill?
That's charity.
Huh?
That's not Agatha, that's charity there.
No, I'm talking. Oh, that's Charity? Okay, Charity. This is you right here. Is this correct? This is your key ID. Access
Yes,
key
that's the one.
ID. Then you know where the secret key is. Now,
Yes.
I don't know how you lined it up. Can you give me a screenshot how you lined it up so I can check for myself to see if there's any error somewhere?
Okay, sure.
And did you create a temp file and then you put something in the temp file?
Not yet.
But how can you run it if you haven't created everything you need?
So I have to do that first.
You have to do exactly what's here. Let me show you again.
Okay.
You have to do this, exactly what you see here. You see, there are two things here, okay? So one is with the folder, and this one is without a folder. You have to line
No, I
all
think
of them up properly like this, and then you paste them. It will line up like mine, like this.
oh, I'm not down there yet. I was at the top one.
You don't understand what I'm saying? I'll show you.
Okay.
You have to do like mine, like this. Right of S3 object. I
I
told you
don't
that.
think I'm not there yet though.
Where are you? I told you not to do this long thing, this red thing. Don't do this red thing.
No, the initialize AWS default configuration access key.
Which one? Where is that one? No, I told you
Is
guys
it?
not to do this.
Okay.
All this stuff I said, don't do it. Oh my goodness, you wasted a lot of time. This is
No, I didn't get the red stuff though. Like at the top, like there's you had say like initialize and then the AWS default
no.
configuration.
You see all this thing here in red? Don't do it.
No, I didn't do that.
Okay.
Try
What
to
I need you
configure
to
the
do
IM user.
is to write
Mm-hmm.
S3 object. This is all I need you to do. This and this one. Because this one we bring a folder. This one we bring only the object, only the picture or file or folder. That's it.
Yeah. I was trying to configure the IAM user, so but it's not letting me do that.
But I'm telling you that this is configuring the IM user for you here.
Okay. All right, I got it mixed up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
So I got that. I mean, Charity, when you did this here, right? You did
Yes.
only this one part.
No, I was trying to configure the I am user at the top.
I think you're correct in a way. I think you can do this here. I think I see what you were doing. You were trying to configure this thing for I am user first. Yeah, I think this part is correct.
Okay.
I see what you were doing. Yeah. I just saw it.
Okay.
So that you can have access, you can have unbridled access to it. Initialize configuration here. Yep, this makes a lot of sense because we haven't configured it here. Since we started, we didn't configure it, did we, guys?
I think so.
Okay, if we didn't configure it, then how
Mm.
is he gonna know how to get there? Yep. So this is my case. I will have to change that. I can't wait for one of you to get this done tonight. So in my case, this is how I did it. Okay. So you can just initialize it. It's not a big deal. Just initialize it. I will say you can remove this one. Don't do this one. And do the rest. Yeah. Bucket. Is there any bucket here? No. Not that. This one too. Yep. This one like that. So if you do this key, the region is region, yeah? Yep. Then you put this, put that, and you private, split key. Yep. Yep. So you guys should be okay now. Has anybody gotten to that point yet? Is Janelle here?
Here, I'm here. Sorry. I was at the point where I created the temporary file. Directory. I put something in there, and then now I'm getting an error message. I might have did something. I named my bucket. I named the file. Maybe I didn't name them.
Your bucket has to be the same name as in AWS, like right here.
Yeah.
Let me bring your bucket up so you can know what the name is. Services, sorry. S3 bucket.
Yeah, thought the name was Love It Bucket. So right, SD3.
It's Love It Bucket, double T.
Yeah, Love It Bucket.
Love It Bucket. But I see what your problem is. You don't have public access to it.
Oh, okay.
So to set it to the public access, you have to go to permissions and go to access control. You have it off, but still there are some things you have to set, like here, like on this one, you have to do this and this.
All right, I'm gonna have to come out and come back.
You have to write object and write bucket. See? You get it? Or some people, they write all of it anyway. They can also write list and read list, because when you want to download, you have to read it to download it.
So do I need to go back in or?
I've already done it for you.
Okay.
I've done it for you. I just want one of you to get this thing done so that the rest will be motivated.
All right, I must be doing something.
So
I'm gonna go back.
So I think, oh, somebody uploaded something. Is that me? Oh, that was yesterday. That was me.
I'm trying to get there. Hold on. I'm
Love it
almost there.
bucket.
Hello, is it capital L or just did I do lowercase?
It doesn't matter. It's
No? Okay.
lowercase, all of it. I wonder how this thing, that bucket got into your, it got over there. That content got into your bucket. Wonder, let me see. Are you sure you were not the one that put this here? It was you,
No.
wasn't it?
Who?
July 13th. You see what I'm looking at?
What this? You're not talking to me, are you? This is
Yeah, I'm
Chanel.
talking to you, Lovett Bucket. I saw something in your bucket.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's probably, well, it's okay.
Yeah,
Back
love
on
a
the bucket.
bucket.
This is a screenshot. Somebody put the screenshot here. Oh, yeah, that's the screenshot from the app. Yep, from the app. That's right.
Okay.
That's from the app. Somebody else sent me a screenshot. When are they getting? Oh, no. No, you have to remove that slash, / Agatha. That's your problem. You have to do it like me. Exactly how I did it.
Okay, I'm gonna, yeah, I just realized it, so
You have to
I'm
do it
gonna
exactly like me. Like you see, the temp you have to take. You have to be. You remove C colon. Remove that C colon. Remove the backward slash, and leave it like mine. And then,
okay, I tried that way, but it didn't work though.
okay. Anybody that wants to go to sleep can go to sleep. This is recorded. Okay, this is recorded. Anyone that wants to go to sleep can go. Me too. I want to go to sleep too. But if somebody can get this done, it will be a very, very big plus. That person can even help others. So, Agatha, I see you got the only error that I see here. Your bucket name is correct. And the only error is that key. You have to fix it. Once you fix it, you're good. You can upload whatever image that you have there. But that image that you have there, JPEG, you have to have the file name dot the extension, not just JPEG.
How do I get that?
Well, what is JPEG? What is JPG? Is it a doc? Is it a file?
It's a picture that
Okay, is
I
the what is the name of the picture? So I need the name of the picture and the extension of that picture, whether it's PNG or JPEG. That's what you put there, not just JPEG, because it's gonna be a problem.
okay. So I see the name has ING and then a couple numbers in front of it.
If I were you, I would rename it so that it will be easy.
Okay.
You're almost there. I can't wait for somebody to get it done. I can't wait. I'm just as excited as you guys.
I'm trying. I just said I put something in the tab. I'm gonna.
I think Agatha is very close.
Yeah, almost.
She's just close. She's the closest. Just a little bit more patience. She'll do it. Everybody knows that the access key and secret key that they're gonna be using is theirs. Okay? Because you can't use mine, it won't work. And then besides, mine I'm gonna make it not to be correct. You can't even use it. So I posted 2 ways to do it for Natalie or anybody that's interested in the cloud movement. You can declare those and then use the variables that you declared, or you can go ahead and directly infuse them. So these are one of the ways to do it. So initialize AWS default configuration. That's how I did it. The two are the same thing, but one is the long way, the other is the short way. So Agatha, what's holding up the line?
I'm still getting the error message.
Huh?
I'm still getting an error message.
Why?
The path.
You shouldn't get an error message. Why are you getting an error message? This one beats me. Once you set it up like me right here, there's no error message. You shouldn't be getting that. Set it up like me, the way I have it. Right there. This is subfolder. That subfolder is for you is temp. Is temp. And the one that's holding the information, the picture, is this. You put the exact same with the extension. That's it. It's not complicated. Your bucket name is there, and your secret key is there, and your access key is there. That's it. It will just create the thing for you.
I keep getting the same error message, and I'm doing the same. I'm putting my bucket name. I put the file with the extension txt. Same thing. I'm using my access
But you
key.
put the file. What is the name of the file?
It's just love it. Cloud movement. txt.txt.
Okay. Where is it at?
It's in my temp file under C.
Okay. How did you set it up? Did you set it up like me? Like, okay, I show you how I set mine up. Like, this is how I set mine up, like here. Is that how you set it up? Like over here?
I did the first one. That one.
Okay, the first one, you have the temp here, and you have
Right.
the file,
Right.
whatever movement.txt, which is correct. And then you have this, all this correct. Then if you paste it there, it should work. What is, okay. Did you do this part here?
File.
Yeah.
Yeah, file. Love it cloud movement. .txt.
Then key.
And then key.
Put the temp. Love
Temp.
it cloud.txt.
Cloud movement. TXT.
So what's the error you getting?
File indicated by file path property does not exist. I know it's there. I saw it.
Oh, I know what the problem is.
What?
Go to the directory where the file is at.
Right.
Like, go here. Like, go right here to the directory where the file is at.
Mm-hmm.
And do it. Do it in there. See
Okay.
the temp that you
Do it from there? Okay.
Then,
From the temp file?
then you won't have a problem. And if that fails, then we have another thing coming.
Okay, so let's try that. The specified bucket does not exist.
That's what it says?
Yeah.
Oh, the specified bucket does not exist. That means you did not initialize your credential.
Oh.
So to initialize your credential, use this. The same thing you do in CLI. Use this one. Go down here. Maybe I should send it directly to you that way. Janelle. Just look at it down here on in Riot. You see it right there. Just take that.
Okay.
Put all your information and initialize AWS default configuration.
In Riot? Okay, hold on.
So you do that, then you initialize it. I have to make sure somebody gets this right.
Where is this? Hold on.
You have to get your access key and your secret key right here in the Riot Cloud movement in the group.
You have that, so I need to initialize it?
Yeah, you see the command there. The command said initialize.
Not finding that in that page. Where is that?
Oh, when you go to our group, our little group in Cloud Movement in Riot,
Okay.
you will see it there. Then you swap it for all your for your own variables, parameters. You swap it for your parameters. You should be fine. No, Natalie, you can go to sleep. We can deal with this, me and you, tomorrow or another day, okay? No, don't use the initialize. Sorry, do it the way we did it before in the AWS CLI. Please, guys. AWS configure. That's better.
AWS configure, and then I
that's
should be able to
better.
configure.
I just realized this is not it's a command. This is not a command. This is like what is it called again? It's like that's something different. Just do AWS configure so that it will know that you've configured it, and every other time you
Okay, then it's asking for my. Now it's asking for my access ID. Okay.
Yeah, you supply all of that. Yeah, you were right.
Okay.
So the thing is, you have to know when to use what. So I think
Right.
that's the part. So I think once you do this and run that, it's gonna work for you as long as you set up the temp folder and everything. Because it's not finding your bucket over on the other side. Because you didn't configure your AWS others credential thing. So once you do it this time with this, I think he's gonna get it. So where's Agatha and Charity?
I initialized it, went back.
No, don't do the initialize, just do AWS configure.
I did AWS configure. I put in that secret and access, and then I went to the temp file.
Did you do the region and the JSON file thing?
I just did the default for the region.
Oh, you did default for all of, okay, to region. Oh, okay, that's fine. Default to is US East. That's what it gave you.
Unless I have to change the region, whatever it says 2A here. I just put what was there. I just hit enter.
Okay, that's fine, but you know, okay, but
Yeah,
I like
now
it's better to
bucket
put where you are.
Okay, I'll try it if you want me to do that. I mean, I already did the configure. Do I need to do it again?
Well, you've done it, but your bucket is somewhere else, right?
Yeah, it says I can't. The specified bucket does not exist. So maybe
exactly. So your bucket is somewhere else. How about we go and put go where your bucket is? Like your bucket
okay,
is
my bucket
your
is
bucket is in where is it at?
East 2.
Is US East 2.
Okay, I need to put that there. Okay.
Is Charity there? Is Agatha there?
Yeah, I'm still getting my error message. I just sent a screenshot.
Oh, you sent a screenshot? Let's check it out. Where is that screenshot at?
It's on Agatha. It's an error message.
5 property does not exist. Oh, okay. Temp. Object. Okay, my pic.txt. If you say it's a picture, how can it be .txt? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I tried JP.
Is it a picture or a?
It is a picture, yes.
So if a picture, the picture doesn't have png or jpeg or jpg.
JPG. It was JPG.
Then put the jpg as the extension, not txt.
Okay.
I think that's the problem. So it's not finding it because of that. Other than that, everything else should look okay.
I did it the same. I reconfigured it and I put the region. It's still saying that my bucket's not found, does not exist. I don't know. I'm looking at
bucket
everything.
does not exist. So let's see what the problem is.
I see the file, the txt file in the temp files. Right, subject.
Why is it saying that the bucket does not exist?
Specified bucket does
Makes
not
no
exist.
sense. How can the bucket that I see here doesn't exist?
Bucket name. Love it.
No. You have to go to sleep. Me and you will do it tomorrow, Natalie. You're not gonna get yourself get yourself sick. No. We have to do step by step. You will get it. I'm trying to see if one or two person can get it here so they can help the class. So that's why I'm putting on my energy here. So now he's saying your bucket is not found. Lovett bucket, but Lovett bucket is here.
LOVETT, right, BCK, love it. Okay.
LOVETT bucket.
Love it, cloud movement to files, the same.
He's saying you are not here. Wow.
That's crazy.
Okay. I think mine is, let's see.
Oh, yours is done. Okay, let's go check it out. Who is it? Is Agatha or Charity?
What am I supposed to see? This is Agatha. It didn't give me any error message. It just gave me the command prompt. So.
You think you did it or you didn't? to verify it, we're gonna verify it together. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So this is Agatha, right? If you did it, we're gonna see here together. Yep. This is your temp. Yep. It's your stuff. Bravo. Good job. Awesome.
Good job. Great.
Now do the other one so we can learn from the
Yes,
two.
okay.
Do the other one and we can check and see. Okay, this one we give you the temp.
Still gonna at least
Huh?
I said, not only could probably feel better.
Oh,
Okay.
you can't do that. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So let somebody else do that one then. It seems like you have a headache. You have a headache? So the two are different. So this one we put a temp folder there. We write the temp folder object and also put the picture inside the temp folder object. You see? But then if you use the other command, it will just put the picture right where the temp folder is.
Okay.
It will just put a picture here instead of putting it inside the temp. Agatha, you could have done it now. It's easy.
Okay, let me copy that.
It's easy. You just have to remove the temp folder and that object, and then just use that. You don't even have to copy mine. You just have to copy yours and remove what you don't need on yours to look like mine. Remove what you don't need in yours to look like mine. Then you're done. Like right here, you see, you remove the whole this whole thing here. Boom. That's all you need. Once you remove that whole thing there with the key, all of that, remove it. You do it again, you get the only temp. Wow, that's a good job though. Good job. Now Janelle, it's your turn.
I just don't understand why my bucket's not found. I mean, I'm able to do it. That's not the issue. It's just I'm not sure why.
Okay, that's
Is
something
there
we're gonna
some
do
way? I
here
mean, I see
together.
my bucket. You're right.
You see your bucket now?
No, I'm saying when you pull it up, I can see my bucket does exist, but it's saying that it doesn't. Is there another way to check it?
Yeah, there's another way to check it. So let's check how the configuration on Agatha's bucket, since she's the one that's successful. And if we look at the configuration in hers, then we will be empowered. So this is her configuration. She has everyone. Yes, yes. She have canonical. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, let's go back to yours. So we go back to yours. And she is in US East 1, and you are in US East 2. So we click on you, and we go to permissions. We go to access. So it's the same thing. Yes, yes, yes.
Everyone's there.
Everyone,
Okay.
yes, yes, yes. So what's going on with yours? So something wrong with yours. Log
Okay.
is right and right. So what's going on?
I'll try again.
Have you checked your line of commands to see if there's something wrong with it?
I'll copy it again.
Can I actually see that?
Sure. Hold on, I'll copy it and then I'll put it in. Hold on, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna change everything out.
So where's Charity? Charity disappeared on us.
I'm here.
What happened?
Still looking at the picture.
Did you
With
do
the
it?
follow. I'm working on the folder.
Oh, you're working on the folder. Okay, cool.
Okay, I did the second one, Josiah.
Okay, let's check the second one for you now. Man, that's a lot of hope, man. I think Natalie don't want to go to sleep at all. Natalie, go to sleep. I will do this with you tomorrow. I trust and believe. It's too late over there where you at. All right, let's try Agatha's own. She did it. You see, it will just put it like that.
Yes.
The second one will put it like that. The first one will put it in the folder. Now you guys see the difference between the two.
Okay. Wow.
So the first one will put it in a temp folder, and the second one, when you remove that temp folder, it will just put the picture right there. And imagine you have a website, you develop a website, the website is on S3 bucket. You see? Then you can put all your stuff in the S3 bucket. And it's amazing. This is very powerful product, tool to the world. And you guys are gonna be working on it. You know, if you want to make it into a website, you can. See, static website hosting right here. You take index.html and you dump it right here. It's a website. No joke. So we'll get there. So I'm kind of tired. It's 9 o'clock. It's late. So
No worries, we'll keep trying.
we have to continue this week. Some of you guys that are diehard, I will take you on it, and we'll make sure you guys perform this, okay? And we're gonna wrap it up. And I'm gonna wait for Charity before we wrap it up. And Agatha has done it, so she could help some of you guys to get it done. So you guys can have a study.
I know you're tired, just I can watch the video and finish it up.
Oh, you done it?
No, I said I can finish it up the last part, like watch the video and finish it up.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Let's do that.
No, I said I watch the video later.
Oh, you want me to go home?
I know you're tired. It's 9 o'clock.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. Yeah, you're right. All right, once you
Yeah.
get it done, I will see it. Don't worry. So for Natalie and any other person like Lavette, you can watch the video. Then if it doesn't work, then you get me on the line, and I can do it with you and Natalie and make it work. Okay, guys?
All right, just a quickly, I just have another quick, because I just tried it again. It says the bucket you're attempting to access must be addressed using the specified endpoint. So it's saying, give me a different message, but okay.
I think the problem there is US East 2. You don't have US East 2.
Okay, I'll configure it. I'll try that then, and then we'll go from there.
You don't have US East 2 because if you have the right, if your bucket is the right region, you wouldn't have any problem finding it.
Okay.
That's what I think the problem is. However, we're going to wrap this up. I thank you guys for being here. As you all know, we are here trying to get our training on AWS Cloud using, going by the back way, IT Foundation and AWS Cloud Training. It's codenamed iFACT. This is delivered by Each One Teach One and is supported and sponsored by Lockdown LLC. So we'll call it a day for the day, and we'll continue again on our day 11 this coming Sunday. I thank you guys for being here, and I hope you guys enjoy the class. Take care now, and bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You too. Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.